Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, dear listeners. My name is Ironbound Ghost. It's they, them, him. Feel free to call me Ghost or Ghosty. Hope you've had a good week so far, or if you haven't, hope it started turning around for you with the onset of the weekend. And if not, hope things in general are at least starting to proceed in an upward trajectory from here. That is what we all deserve, after all. We're going to start off here today with our reading recommendations, Fanfiction Friday. It's mostly still Friday, we'll go with that, where I bring you, dear listeners, the recommendation of one random fanfic that I've read at some point in the past without rhyme or reason. Today's recommendation is... This file is not open, give me a second. I write these down so that I don't have to keep everything rattling around in this skull of mine. Today's recommendation is Examinations on Implied Mad Scientist and Minion Relationships by Brawl Together Now. This is on Archive of Our Own. It is a BBC Sherlock crossover with the Girl Genius webcomic. And I believe I have recommended some things from both of those franchises before. But in short, for this particular story, in a world where there are mad scientists running around and causing plenty of trouble, Sherlock would surely be one such. And surely John would be his minion, wouldn't he? In more specific, this story examines John's and Sherlock's characters through the lens of the social paradigm of mad scientists and minions that is specifically present in the Girl Genius series, but also to some extent through the kind of stories containing mad geniuses and their assistants in general. I think, if I remember it in its context, which, it's been a hot minute, but I think it was rather meant to subvert a trend of minimizing John to his role as it relates to minding Sherlock and helping him get along in normal society, somewhat like a social service dog, so to speak. And whether it achieves this, I think, will be up to the reader, but I do like that it's examined in this particular fashion in the first place. Just because there are some things that I think go along specifically with the mad scientist minion role in the Girl Genius setting, in particular, that are sort of built out by that story and by the particular version of the world it shows us, or that its events take place in. And I think it's, aside from any commentary on their characters, it is interesting to see them in that setting, and explore a version of what that could look like. Just in the most basic crossover story sense of what these characters mean for a chunk of the setting, or what the way that they would be in the setting, sort of how it would change, how other people might look at them. Like, in some ways, one of the features of such crossovers is both looking at the ways it would change them not at all, so ways in which they're very fit to the setting, and in other ways which the change of setting might be kinder or might be less kind to them. So obviously in a setting that has a great many more BBC Sherlocks running around and people like him, that would in some ways grant more leeway, in some ways less, to his personal just behavior and everything like that, and the way he's looked at, because people would have a box to put him in, as opposed to his being quite so singular, or nearly singular, as he sort of appears to be in many senses. I don't know, that's just sort of what I take away from this story and other crossovers like it. Again, that's I think a common thread that ends up coming through with these recommendations when they're crossovers, which isn't all of them, but is a significant number, I suppose. But again, that is Examinations on Implied Mad Scientist and Minion Relationships by Brawl Together now, and it is on Archive of Our Own. And the details will be below in the description of the VOD on YouTube. So if you are interested, please do feel free to stop by and take a look. Now, for the main content of the day, as you might be able to see from the various different title informations, we're starting off here today with some more Expedition 33, and that's because last stream was a short stream that was just the Elden Ring half of things, and so today we're completing it out, we're rounding it out with the Expedition 33 side of things, just to get a little into the swing of things again, and also, you know, get around to the fact that we keep meaning to even out the XP at the Fight Club thing, get a little bit more of the dodging practice in and whatnot, and then the plan is to continue north in pursuit of the plot, which, you know, I don't know how accurate the PlayStation percentage complete thing, what that really means, the game progress. It says we're at 43%, but that could really mean anything from here on out. So, you know, figured we should really get going on that. So then, let me find what device... That's not the button I want. There we go. And audio and BGM. Thankfully the Stream Deck is actually working now. I don't know why it was acting a bit funny before, but we shall proceed thusly. I need, notwithstanding anything else, I'm looking at my workspace and going, I need to move a great many things, and some of those things need to be in containers. I'm not quite sure where to find what we might need for that, though. That is definitively a later me problem. Okay, so we had gotten to the Gestural Arena. Okay, that is good. Where were we? So obviously we won't have things evened out entirely in terms of XP, just because the base team size is limited to 3. We're gonna have people cycling in and out. So whoever we're putting on in the back row needs to be slightly over-leveled, so when we inevitably have to switch, it's not a problem. Or when we inevitably expire, it's not a problem. So what I'm kind of thinking is we need to work on how to fight with Mael better. And also, obviously, figure out how Verso even works. We fought with him even once? I think he's just set up with all the holdover stuff. Yeah, I don't think we fought with him even, like, once. So, I think they're gonna have to stay on team, and then we know more or less how to use Sail, right? In terms of not McDying. Okay, so both of you have... I see. I think having our support functioning rather than our DPS is probably what we want to prioritize. That being said, I also don't want to mix up everyone's different setups, right? Like, ideally, we have enough non-costly Pictos, or no, costly Pictos that have good stats that, we did fight once, but the fight didn't last too long. We just read the, read the mechanic and no testing around with it. Also, yes, good morning. Hope you are doing well this fine whatever time it is. Yeah, today is a short stream where we even out everyone's levels and then start heading north in pursuit of the plot. So we will see what that looks like. I'm hoping that I have... Oh, that's just not even equipped to anyone. Oh boy. Hoping that I have enough Pictos that have stat benefits that are reasonably good on cost, so we can just have the stuff like the last stand things just set up as Luminas, and basically have a limited pool of things to juggle instead of flipping them in and out with who is set up where. Obviously, I could start using those Lumina point things that we're picking up everywhere, but noted. I mean, always prioritize rest. It's important for your organs and all that. But, yeah, then I shan't linger long here. Let me... What were we... We were trying to balance speed. Let me just switch out... I think there was one more of these that we have. We want to have the Lumina set up. I cannot see the button in the UI. Hold on. Remove from party. Add to party. Okay. Just thinking of who is best going to be able to keep everyone from being dead at any given time. That all being said, we needed speed 26, so we wanted you to be the fastest in general. We probably have to juggle speed less if we slightly prioritized who was getting what points, and I probably will do that with the mixed levels. I think all of the words in that sentence are mostly formulated. But mostly is horseshoes and hand grenades. So. Okay, and that is also new, and that's defense up. Very last chance E. Okay. So, we are gonna swap things. We're gonna swap Energizing Start with at Death's Door, and hopefully remember to switch back. I could put marking shots... Again, what was the speed order I had things in? We wanted... Lune, and then we no longer have Gustav for unclear if permanent. And then... Okay, we had either of our damage dealers coming in last. That's assuming that's the role Mael also fills. Because if that's not the case, then we might change up her speed. Either way, accelerating last stand... Okay, that's giving health as well, though. Okay, the last stand stuff is giving health. Okay, well, we will consider that. We will consider that. Okay, so... We had one of the starting things. I love how I forgot that the second I unequipped it. Wonderful. It was Energizing Start. The unequipped Energizing Start, okay. And then Marking Shots, which I will switch out for whichever one of the other things wasn't mastered. I have totally forgotten what the actual term is, by the way, for any of these mechanics, if it's not on screen frequently. So... Oopsie daisies. Okay, I think that is the only three. So Ciel's gonna have to just deal with that, I suppose. Okay, so, and we want to aim for a goal, and that goal is get everyone to level 22. No, get everyone to the same level first. Okay, so let's take a mark of Honestly, doing big maths only gonna work a little bit, so I assume I'm walking in the correct direction. We will just take a measure of each of the stages and then do a little mathematics. How useful. Yes, yes, yes. We're trying to be granular here. Fight Club.
Let's spill some ink.
Okay, and you do have the last stand style clip, so... Okay, what do we actually have? Medium fire, various fire, applies extra burn, switches if you are on fire, will regain AP if so, no target. I think we need to, right, we were needing to get some more on fire. Applies more burn. Does one of these apply, Mark? No, okay. Gonna have to get something that does. But that works. Okay, and I need to do that better. The dodging is a work in progress. It is several works in progress. Okay, so that applies extra burn. Target is weak to fire. Switches to... What does that do?
Let's dance.
Plus 200 damage. Okay. And I assume that usually costs more AP. Interesting. It doesn't particularly matter, whatever I choose to spend in this fight.
On me.
Okay, 1857. And we're gonna stay on the screen for a second while I pull out a calculator. It's 13,377. Does that divide evenly into 850? Not quite. That will tick it over slightly. Okay. Okay, it is. And the history does show the calculations on this. Great. Okay, well, we'll check what the next one is. Yes, yes. We're picking fights with people we have already fought repeatedly. Hello? Yes, yes, yes. Right, we have the thing that lets us go first in the first place. Okay, so that normally costs 5. I probably, yeah, I need to give her a high damage power thing. I need to, like, put a synergy together. If target is burning, applies burn. Okay, so spark and rain of fire, apply burn. One's medium, one's low. 3 burn per 2. Per hit, so a total of 6. Let's see. so it's just more expensive. I'm thinking I could probably swap Degagement out. Maybe. This is the sort of thing where it's definitely gonna be like... what do you call it? This is gonna be the sort of thing where you're gonna want to switch out attacks for specific fights, and I don't know how well that's gonna go. Extra damage taken. AP unsuccessful parry or dodge. I should practice the dodge timing. It is supposedly the same. Okay, that's offensive. I don't know, for some reason, it just, I guess because it's less forgiving, right? Because parry is perfect dodge timing. And I'm not using the back buttons for that, which is what I normally have set for the Souls games, right? I can use the face or trigger buttons fine for this. Extra damage dealt, extra damage taken. And then rituals. Okay. I see it. And that's with okay, if you don't take any damage. And during these I better not. Interesting. Okay, so just what I'm seeing is probably well, that's not what I meant to do. How come on, reset the dialogue. I guess at this level... Oh, interesting. And you're on fire, which means we can immediately... Okay, I really just need to be more confident about at least some of the parry timing. Yeah, I probably don't need to math calculate, because at this level, approximation is sufficient. Starting one of these, medium in one hit. Do I have any other medium damage? Rain of Fire, technically. Which, like, sure, we can deal.
On me.
Yep, no. Flip that.
I'm ready.
Interesting. I wonder if there are any of those that stay in Virtuous stance. I don't know if that's supposed to have any additional syllables. It feels like it should, but...
Okay.
Yep, flip that again. There we go. I guess parrying is probably useful for if I've already proven... Protecting Last Stand. Alright. Okay, base attack. So, swap out augmented attack for whatever this new thing is. Health and defense up. Actually, that's really good for this. It's another one of those ones with good standalone. All of the Last Stand ones have that kind of, I guess, benefit set, where the benefits while fighting alone are cheap enough to apply as Illumina, but the actual stat benefits are probably more worthwhile. I suppose that's a pretty good way to balance that kind of thing. Okay, yellow. Still Mile. Who's the last one? Okay, so we hadn't fought these two at all first. Okay. Didn't know that was a 3. Shell is a buff that reduces by 20% the damage received. Nice. Okay, so that what that's telling me is that would have been less good. That would have been less good.
Flames. On me.
Oh boy. Okay. Got it. Could be better, could be worse. Okay, so good to stay in blue.
Ready to parry.
Yeah, definitely good to stay in blue. Because, boy howdy, as they say.
Ready to go.
Nice.
Ready to parry.
Anything that stays in, well... I guess switching... Yeah, and then we can do a medium. Oh. Boy.
Ready to go. Okay. Blades sharp.
That was not ideal.
Good. On me. Okay.
Hmm.
Let's dance. Ready to parry.
Okay.
Dance begins.
Okay, let's try that again.
Flames.
Let's just set you on fire repeatedly.
Ready to parry. Let's dance.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. Oh, that's interesting. We can just set you even more on fire. Medium fire. Okay, so Rain of Fire would swap us... would be more damage, but it would swap us over to taking more damage, and that's not... great. Yeah, I think so, just applying more burn, and that costs 3.
Okay.
And we are out of healing, and you do not have healing of your own. Because I didn't see any. You know, that's my bad.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so second from last is really where we're at for actually being manageable. Yeah. Do you have any self-healing attacks? What do we not have equipped? Combustion and guard up. We were saying engagement we could swap out. Medium consumes burn. I'm not sure if I want that. And that supplies shell, reducing damage taken to up to 3 allies. I see. So we could lean you into support. But no, part of the issue. Okay, so some of the issue is definitely we have no healing, and also no high damage, which is awkward. We're gonna want to take a look at that. But okay, so second to last is yeah. I pressed that button, but not with the right timing. Oh well.
On me.
There we go.
Finesse and grace.
Versus. Okay, you are on fire. That was not the button I wanted.
Ready to parry.
And that was also not it. That is the problem. Can I set you on more fire? Yes.
On me.
And not dodge, apparently. Or that works. Yeah. So let me actually check at the flag, because I think we could just tick everyone up to 22, but if we're near the threshold for something useful... Okay, you need to move first no matter what we are doing. You are the keep it alive-er person. So, go up to 22. Ah, okay. You might have the questionable property of being our DPS, but we're saving all of those points until we know how your attacks work. And your speed just needs to stay somewhat lower, but in parity with everyone else's. So we'll actually hold on to that for now. Your speed... .508 is a base. Interesting. Attack power 160s. This is actually lower, it just has boost stuff. Okay, I probably want to actually hold on to the stats and just keep checking in on the skills right now. What on earth were we aiming for here? Do you have other visible healing skills? Or is everything... I am gonna guess a lot of this stuff is story locked or something. Destroy shields. Apply status. 3 hits. Okay, so this is a high damage one. And it's cheaper but costly to do. Okay. Duration. Okay, so just status. This will go into defense. So it sounds like the ideal thing to do with my ally is actually rotate between statuses and be flexible in that way. And not necessarily be DPS. Reduced AP, can break. And last chance, reduces self-health to 1. Okay, I see. That's, yeah, that is kind of a last chance, isn't it? So what that means is you use that either if you're very confident you can dodge the next attack's coming, or you're right about to have a subsequent turn. Like 2 turns in a row subsequent turn. Quite daring. Reapplies current stance and gives AP. Could be useful, but I don't think running out of AP has really been a problem. Okay, I think physical damage but not fire damage. Okay, so that might be the damage dealer we want. If you just swap between that and Mezzoforte, maybe. But we were leaning on to fire. These are really costly, though. And none of these are healing, notably. Deal high single damage fire damage in a single hit. Damage increase for each hit received since the previous turn. So not really what we like to use so much. Deals extreme single target fire damage. 3 hits, 5 burns per hit. Really expensive. Plus, so if you're in an offensive stance specifically. But not interesting. So, one thing you could do with Mezzoforte, so switch to do one of the fire things. Reapply current stance, repeat. Well, actually, yeah, reapply current stance. And then pyrolyze. Interesting. This is probably the most reasonable heavy damage dealer thing that we can really work with right now, though. And then I think we want to Mezzofortes, like these have, this one has. So we could specifically build Mael to be standalone. I don't know if you end up with a full secondary team or just a single. You'd think. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, right. I was gonna... Whoops. I was gonna check what everyone else's skills we were waiting on. Right, we're waiting on you because we have no idea what you do. That's gonna be a later situation. You, we were trying to give... High elemental... Mayhem might be pretty reasonable. Were we going for On Fire? No, we were skipping On Fire because of the self-damage. We were aiming for Storm. All enemies receive medium lightning damage at the end of their turn and low. Lightning damage when they receive other damage. Yeah, I think we were aiming for B on lightning, but this is more reasonable as a high damage right now. But I think we're just accumulating points. We're not waiting on anything specific. Yeah, I wonder what the mystery... Okay, everyone has 3 mystery things off to the side. Some people just have extra stuff. Okay, for you... To all enemies. Are we trying to get... Okay, so we didn't have a specific thing we're waiting for. Or we haven't thought about it much. Okay, so really just get everyone up to... What is it, 22? And we can come back here on our own time.
Okay.
Yes, yes. We want the XP from your organs. Okay, I didn't. Interesting. I tried to parry that. It's a whole thing.
On me. Ready to parry.
Here we go. Nope. Love that.
Finesse and grace.
Extra on fire.
On me.
Okay. Yeah, trying to perform a counter is either super last minute or when you know you can tank getting hit in the
Finesse
face.
and grace.
It's not really a whole lot of in between.
Finesse and grace. Flames on me.
Again? Or if they're already at 22, then what we actually want is to tick everyone up to 23. Got it. When in doubt,
Still some ink.
set everyone on fire.
On me.
Go.
I'm ready.
Go. Interesting.
Oui, là, Roselito. Isso?
The housekeeping.
Olha, ok, what?
Yes, 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 we do want to fight them. that is one thing with trying to do the parrying thing.
Spill some ink.
Okay, there are several things about trying to do parrying. In this case, I mean, I can't, say things when I'm trying to do that, even general chattering on. Because it, does not work all that well with my ability to focus.
Okay.
At all. Not that even dodging is especially effective in the first place for me,
Finesse and
but
grace.
never know. There we are.
Oh, maleficina Mila.
Okay. What did we actually have equipped? Protecting Last Stand, we were swapping with... probably one of the base damage ups. I don't know which one though. Yeah, we had Energizing Start on someone else. Oh, it's actually interesting. They are identical except one is less costly. So if you want to use it as Illumina, you wouldn't want to double stack them. Interesting. Yeah, it was something, it was either the marking shot thing, which I guess honestly would be better applied either as Illumina or to whoever's first. Yeah, actually specifically setting up Mal to hit people really hard in the face as the last one standing might be reasonable. Yeah, I think it was this base attack damage one. If you're always critting, though, what does Rush do? Can we get the elaborating? I assume... Nope. Oh, interesting. Hold on. Hello? No, just the music that's new. Bunch of catalyst. So we could just drop a bunch of Color of Lumina into people. Moderately tempted, honestly.
Ok. Ah, tous les comptes.
Nope.
Qui ça?
Not who I meant.
Oh, maleficina. Ah, tous les comptes, Willow.
So the plan here is
Ready to parry.
bring Yeah, up there we go. Up to the next level, just to master those Lumina so we can stop thinking about them. I think with this, even with this practice match, I think putting Mael in the back row as the if we are here, things are fucked up remains the thing to do, because
On me.
nope. Parry was attempted and did not work. Most things are at least slightly susceptible to be on fire. Not all of them,
Yeah.
but many. And in the case that they're not, I think adding in that one attack that I forgot to add
La
back in.
Nabe.
Resplendent. Whoopsie daisies, let me swap that out. Yeah, Degagement becomes weak to fire. I guess that would be a way to deal with people who aren't. But since what we're doing, but swapping that out for a high damage non-elemental attack. And in fact, having a decent amount of not being on fire. Yeah. I don't know. It shall be sorted out. Do we want to add any Luminas? While we're at it, if we're going for the last chance thing. Mark on free aim. Yeah, we don't want the roulette. That's a bother. Apply powerful when falling below 50% health might be useful. Keeping in mind we've got 6 of these to work with, so we can either do 2 small ones or 1 big one, basically. I don't think we like have done a lot with the breaking damage. That's not super useful. So free aim damage. If you're standing alone, that's not helpful at all. Jump counterattack. Making a target. So actually the SOS power might be the most helpful, because it's the most likely to happen. Because Mael has no self-healing. And then we don't have anything to really use up that last. That last point. I guess ideally we'd probably grab either augmented aim or marking shot. But them's the breaks, as they say. Break damage on base attack. We have staggering applied, we do. What does it do? I don't think I've seen... No one's really been doing anything with it. On breaking a target, last stand... no. If fighting alone. Yeah, do you have the other last stand ones equipped? They're all 3. Yeah, okay, so you have accelerating and... critical. So we can pick one. We'll want to grab the others. Critical chance. I think less damage. And we can swap it if need be. Likewise, do you have the other last stand? Critical, protecting, and accelerating, and you have none of the above. Great. Breaking a target, counterattack damage, burning shots. Burning shots as the first person in the row would help if Mael was on the main team. But I'm not sure about in any other way here. Energizing start is always good. Shadow fighting alone shouldn't happen. Mark target, roulette, marking shots. I think energizing start's probably the one to grab, but the status effects. Oh, no, wait. Energizing Start was the one that we're actually rotating back in. That's why that's not equipped right now. Counterattack damage. Last Stand again. You could pick 2 3s since we're going to give you 1 more level. I think probably... you do not end up being the last one standing, particularly. Maybe... what Pictos do you normally have? Okay, so we just swapped out everything in your possession. Great. One of them... what was I doing? Energizing Start for the HP. Something else was to give speed. Might have been Augmented Aim. So that's a speed up. Healing Mark. Yeah, Confident is not great. Okay, at Death's Door. At Death's Door is good to add to everybody, just in case. Healing Tints give AP. Again, definitely a last-ditch sort of situation. Augmented, okay, no. Yeah, so it was Energizing Start, probably Augmented Aim, and then I guess we wanted to check if there's something that would be... okay, so that has a very little tactical application on its own. Yeah, so just add Cleansing Tint as a Lumina. And then double check everything else because I don't remember it. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Yeah, because removing status effects is important. Okay. And what is the order here? Slowest, not slowest, also not slowest. Great. And you're at 23. So it was CL specifically. Yes, that's fine. Oh, but that means you get the...
Try me.
Oh, that didn't work.
Ready?
You don't have any of the standalone stuff. Great.
Here's your card. Take your shot.
Yeah, we're just gonna dodge. There's no room for error on the parries. As you can perhaps see.
Swiftly now.
Yeah. Boy.
Feel better.
Alright. Thank you. Okay, we applied one sun. What do we have? Medium heals all allies. Okay, so you do have healing. Okay, and we gave you everyone healing because normally you are in a team. Sealed Fate is the high damage. That's medium. Okay, and the medium one is to hit everyone. As long as they're on fire. Okay, so someone in the team should have the shoot people to make them on fire going on. Possibly everyone should have that, but because there's no reason you wouldn't want your enemies to be on fire, except if you were trying to really control the timing of battle, which is what we were doing with the lamp fight. But like, so Twilight Slash is a marking card will mark people, but yeah, if I had to swap out one of those, it would probably be the apply, consume. Yeah, I'd probably switch out the Twilight Slash for something else. Anyway. There we go. Yeah, getting the AP from dodge is fine. If we can manage it without dying. Which is questionable.
Feel better.
Yeah, your speed is a little. Try not to do that. Working on it.
Take your shot. If I die, so be it.
Yeah, well, we're trying to avoid the dying thing. Okay, so that could have been better. It is a very fair point. Okay, extra damage at low health, blah blah blah, healing tints give AP, blah blah blah. Right. Healing tint energy we should just give to everyone when we can. But it is a fair point that it's probably wise to apply the take less damage thing during the duels where we are very specifically fighting single person duels.
Here's your card. I'm waiting.
It's pretty good
Not
support
today.
for not not doing that.
Zoom in.
We're just having all of those equipped to everyone, and in fact possibly doling out Lumina points based solely on giving everyone, well, some of the base things. Anyway.
Zoom in.
Oh. 2 turns left. Can apply more foretell. We can just do that. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. There we go. Lumina, learn. Okay, let's see if we can... Who has additional Lumina points? Actually, almost everyone. That works out great, because you're going to get the ability to get more AP when your organs are healed. Everyone's getting more AP when their organs are healed. I think that's a good freebie. Okay, now. That is giving health. This gives less defense but more health. And then we can give you that. And then what are the other two? At death's door. Recover health on hitting a marked enemy. Okay, interesting.
Nimbo? Ok. Oh,
Interesting. Yes. Do go on.
Not today.
There we go.
Ready?
Yeah, we'll wrap this up, and then head for the plot for about an hour. Just a sort of clearing things, clearing out all things, doing the housekeeping. Do not hit us in the face. Or do that. Anticipating that a bit early. Not ideal. Alright.
Lovely to see you.
Alright. There we go. See if we are... Okay. Oh, we're not shy. Unnecessary.
Try me.
We... Hey! Nice. And we did not master those, which means... we should do that one more time.
Ok. Oula, fossos na belle. Oh, magnifique.
I'm waiting.
Okay. Yeah, I need to think about swapping some of those out.
Here's your card.
There's gotta be a
Not today.
slightly better sequence. Nope. Besides that. That did not do it. Okay. There we go. Nope. That was not what I wanted to do, but close enough. There we go. Next Foretell applied, next Foretell. So I suppose you could do 2 of the low power ones and then Sealed Fate, but if you can fit both of them in. I guess it depends on if you've got another attack. Okay, and those Lumina are learned. Okay. Let me just swap those out, and then let us go approach the plot. Yeah, as much as the extra damage is good, that's definitely more of a apply that in the corner sort of thing. Okay, so Healing Tint energy is good. I suppose it's a question of, is there anything better? Hold on. $83, 50 odd. So SOS power would actually take that up in between them, which is not ideal. Hold on. Increase damage first hit, energizing jump. Apply burn on hitting a marked enemy. Kind of eh. So actually using Healing Tint energy for one of these would be better. Hitting a marked enemy once per turn. Okay. And then we swapped out Death's Door, which is moderately expensive. Healing Mark is really expensive if I wanted to apply it with just Lumina points. Which I suppose is the point. You'd have to have quite a lot to spare. So it's probably not worth it unless you have a really strong way to apply Mark. So everyone could... Okay, so you two could use more HP. At Death's Door would be good. Apply powerful when falling below 70. Yeah, we can apply one of the last stands in the background as well as is an option. More free aim damage, critical when fighting alone. Yeah, there's a bunch of things you can apply while hitting a marked enemy. Okay, so marking shots. Apply mark on free aim shots, because we don't use free aim a whole lot. But I suppose it would be a strategic thing to do if you had a lot of things that rely on using mark. I think we simply don't apply it enough. Health, okay, health being below 10% in this case would be below 100. Defense is pretty high. Move it up crit rate. I think having those is probably the thing to do. No, but being slightly faster though. Can we first strike display first, so speed 41. Would any of these really help that? Slightly more speed and crit when your HP's a bit lower. Not a lot lower, just a bit lower. And that's the first, because we simply don't use mark enough. I think that's probably better. And then, yeah, and that has the higher crit rate, right? And then first strike is good. Don't really have any other things that parity for HP. Nope. Because they're all in use. Huh. I will spend time staring at those to balance them later, I think. Okay. Yeah, because we don't want to spend our time in Fight Club the entire stream. I can come back here and muddle around on my own, and I'm not sure if I will do that. But I could. Okay, and you need... Oh, okay, you've gained some levels. Has that been XP sharing? And I just haven't been looking at it too hard. I am concerned. Anyway, though, you need the speed. You also need the speed, frankly. Yeah, you don't need the luck if I'm speccing you to be the standaloner. Specifically, set everyone on fire a lot, or... Might be worthwhile to go the defense route, but I'm not really sure about that. Because, again, defense is one of those things in here. If you can dodge, what do you need defense for? But also, like, maybe don't do that the entire time. Okay, so... and we'll hold off on the rest of that. Skills. 6 available. High single target lightning. Or... high elemental. This is what? 6 hits. Gosh. And this is an unspecified number of hits, but probably just the one? Are we aiming for this one? Let's see. Can only be cast with either one of each. So you'd want to optimize for either getting free element or getting all. Interesting. So you could do Earth Rising, Thermal Transfer. Yeah, Thermal Transfer, Earth Rising. That consumes ice. So you'd want to go fire, thermal, earth, and I don't know, healing maybe? Yeah, getting there. This definitely looks like something there is a very specific way to consistently get to happen. I would need to stare at it though. And I don't know about that. Yeah, I think just going for the for a good single target. Because if we're usually busy keeping either healing going or juggling something else, having the option to just go single target lightning is good. The other option's the Earth version, but if crits cause additional hits, yeah, additional hits is really what we want here. Okay. And then we aim for the Stormcaller thing, which is actually slightly cheaper. It just causes environmental behavior. We'll see if we can swap that on. And as for you, we are aiming for... we're thinking about Mezzoforte, yeah. Either that or saving up for additional fire. I'm thinking... yeah, we want at least one high damage causing thing, right? This isn't ideal in terms of actually like taking hits unless we focus on defense, which we are not doing. Payback's even more expensive. Oh, so if you parry more attacks, it'd be cheaper. And if you're in virtual stance, it'll be cheaper. Mark targets, single. One hit. Yeah, all the super high ones are one hit. So momentum strike. Power paralyze. Yeah, I think we want to save up there. And then as for you, we are still thinking. A lot of thinking. Okay, rush increases speed, just generally. Deal low damage to all enemies in 2 hits, and applies 2. Could be good. Those are definitely all. We'll think about it. Okay, north. Actually going north. Doing the plot. I should hydrate. Hydrate or suffer, as they say. Also, where? That's not the map. Good job. Map? Okay, go through the Forgotten Battlefield and continue to the Monolith. Great, where is that? Oh. How? Like, how exactly? So I'm pretty sure we got to there at some point. I don't remember how, though. I guess it's just go north and... Like, what do we not know the names of? Alright, well... Yeah, I'm just not sure about that. The music is so great, though. Okay, that's how you do that. I was briefly forgetting. What's this? I don't know, but it is interesting. Swear. Swear. What's this then? Yellow harvest. You know what? Let's check the camp first. I know I'm like, stop delaying. But, on the other hand, interesting, we're stuck as you for the POV. Write in the Journal of Gustav's Apprentices. Do tell. Okay, Maëlle finds a spot where she can write. She spends some time writing in Gustav's journal to honor his memory. She tries to write, but is overcome with emotion. She cannot find the words. She hopes Gustav's apprentices will read this journal someday. Go through the Forgotten Battlefield to continue to the Monolith. Interesting. Hello?
Mon ami! Oh, you've put on a lot of weight.
I could say the same for you, you giant marshmallow. Bet you lost your stones again.
You know me. But now you're here. We can go find them.
Yeah, buddy. We'll find them. Tell me, did you tell them about... you know what?
Oh, Maman's the word. I promised.
Great. I'm counting on you.
Always, mon ami.
Also, I'm pretty sure the auto-speak thing is supposed to be on, but it's not working. I assume you do not want to talk to me. Understandable. I'd say have a nice day, but manifestly, I do not think that is going to occur. So. Greetings, silence. Curator. Right, and we're not going to upgrade weapons right now. Quite yet. Yeah, okay. Aggressive amount of fire. Or ice, or lightning. I don't know what any of your stuff does. It was cover 5 health per foretell applied is starting to sound pretty good, but sun skills always apply 10. All damage taken is doubled. Right. Somehow I forgot that that was what was happening there. So ideally we would in fact give you a bunch of actually give you defensive points if we insist on using this. Base attack gives a moon charge and consumes all foretell to apply burn. Increase burn damage in Twilight State. Heal efficiency per moon charge. And base attack gives a moon charge. So one of these is clearly based on do more damage, and one of these is clearly based on be less dead. Again, we'll leave those be for now. And then for you, it's crit hits apply burn. Base attack applies more burn. Crit chance is 100% while stanceless. Which I guess means... well, it doesn't mean anything about swapping out, I guess. If we do the standalone thing, AP on stance switch, if stantless defensive, switch to on any break. Again, I don't think we've really observed a lot of shield breaking. Freeing shots break 2 shields. All damage pierces shields. No, okay, I see it. That would be useful if we were in an area with more shields going on. So it might be useful if we can get some more polished chroma catalyst. None of that is particularly urgent. And we don't have any more tints. So if we want, we can add Lumina points to everyone. It might be worth... See, this UI really makes me concerned. We could just add a couple each. Yeah, we'll add 6 each. If we're going to the trouble of keeping everyone in level parity. Yeah, we'll swap. We'll make sure everyone has some of the general equip stuff. And I don't think we had any dialogue going on back there. And I could be wrong on that. I could quite freely be wrong on that. But I could also not be. Okay, so I think the plan was sort of give everyone all of the Last Stand stuff. Give everyone an additional 6. You have accelerating already. and protecting. So actually, I could give you the marking thing. I don't know if that will be especially useful though. Break on base attack. SOS power. See, SOS power is more applicable in many ways, I think, than what was I saying? Than the Last Stand critical, just because it's going to hopefully be more often. So we could just give you one of the 5s. And I could give you that. Well, wait on the last 3 of those. And for you, we do want to give you accelerating, and we have protecting already. So we could give you applying mark is good. Hold on. What else? What other options are there, really? You already have SOS power. We're using that equipped. Chance to burn. So we could give you burn and marking. But the extra speed... Oh, do you not have the cleansing tint applied? Ah. We want that first. There's no other 1-pointers in the current balance. That could be the next set of things. And we could always add more points. Mark on for so the order would matter quite a lot. I think we still want to go with this and rebalance later. So again, cleansing tint. Okay, so you actually have more than that. SOS. And break. Yeah, so we do want that. Then we could we have accelerating, protecting, and critical. Accelerating could be more... I don't know. Counter attack damage. I'll give you marking shots, I think. Yeah, since staggering is... Okay, everyone has staggering. Great. And then, oh, you have actually extra points, which could go into... Increase crit on burning is not helpful here. Base attack, powerful, low on health. Healing tint gives energy. Okay, and we did give that to everyone. Energizing jump counter, break, crit on burn, death's door. Probably death's door. Free aim damage, though. Yeah, that's a good point. More shooting things ability. But Death's Door is probably one of the next ones. Yeah, we'll see, maybe doling out even more of the points. If we can do them all at once. But I do appreciate keeping some back, just in case we need to end up with a aggressive inequity of them at some point. I don't know. Anyway. Are we... Hello? There's the portal. Some Jestros and Neverons have special requests. Yeah, and we haven't figured out how to deal with most of them. Yellow Harvest. Yeah, no, it's weird. I'm looking around too. What's all this then? Expedition 68 was here. A while ago then. Okay, so it's a little bit of up. I mean, anything else? This is a fungus forest, is it? Kind of gives that impression. I'm not sure if it really is. Maybe it's not. Goodness knows nothing in this place really looks like... I don't know. What it is, what it isn't.
Wow. That Neveron is the size of a mountain.
Ew.
Is it eating the mountain?
I mean... I hope not. That looks like an extra arm. Let's just hope it's not. Are we to go down here? Is that... Hello? Okay. Why would that be the way down? Why would you do this? Hello? Okay. That is definitely a locomotion. I appreciate the controller notification that that was possible, because I was very confused. Hello? And who art thou? Big ol' Russian water. That's not what I said, but close enough. Hello? Greetings and felicitations. When seeing this, Neveron that's not hostile, all it does is eat the landscape around it. I mean, that seems a little hostile, but... I mean... And we have seen Neverons that just want other things. Okay, it won't let us cross there. So in that sense, it's not wholly unique, but it is a little weird. I don't trust it at all. Like on the list of trustworthy things, entity eating up a large chunk of the landscape just isn't what the first thing you think of, I think. Okay, they do not want us walking into the geometry up there. I see how it is. A lot of... I suppose these were the 68s, some of them. You know, it's part environmental storytelling, part, I guess, incidental to other things about the environmental storytelling, I guess, or I would expect. That we find all of these corpses... Oh, invisible wall. We find all of these corpses just scattered around, and to an extent, they're probably there just to make sure that you know, oh, this is a super dangerous place, and, it slew a lot of your fellows. I don't think we can even zoom in well enough to see if these happen to be modeled with a specific number on their bands. But what it really tells you is that our expedition was, like, really small. As they say, 5 tables this year. And all of them are some combination of dead or somewhere out of our reach right now. But in previous years, there were so many people volunteering to try and fix this. You know, trying to figure out what is going on with the Patriots. So many people who had the hope that this could be fixed. Wow, that's alarming, actually. What the hell? The hell is this? That's really disturbing, actually. Like, more disturbing than just the piles of corpses. Well, that's something to look forward to if we get attacked by what I'm dearly hoping aren't piles of spiders. I know that's optimism. I assume at some point, because that is the easiest thing for a game to do when it wants to give you a natural opponent that scares the shit out of a large portion of the populace, but I can live in hope. I can live in hope that that will not be our next enemies. Hi? Really calm music for this. But yeah, there were so many people who died on these missions, but that means there were so many people who went out on these missions in the first place. It is weird that the team order is visually like that. I'm not sure I like it. Weird. Oh, what? That's interesting. No physical damage, 5 hits. Criticals generate perfection. Right. Upgrade your perfection rank by attacking and not getting hit. Higher ranks increase your power and unlock new skill effects. Okay, so this is probably from fire is the target burns with a fire weapon, which Verso is not holding.
Well.
Interesting. Most people are not on fire. As one does.
René, attention.
Incoming.
I tried to dodge that. Did not work. That's interesting. So does that mean...
Feel the burn.
Uh-huh. You'll be afflicted by the power of being really on fire. Interesting. Are any of these... Oh! Yep, and there's the additional damage. Nice. Goltaram. I beg your pardon? Leaf element. And I suppose this is a U weapon. When hit, lose 1 perfection instead of 1 rank. Going to need to interpret that. Apply rush on rank S. Gain 2 perfection on turn start. Right. Rank can't be lower than C. Casting a light skill increases damage of the next physical skill. Start a battle on blah blah blah. Don't lose rank when taking damage from powerless enemies. That would incentivize using powerless a lot. Rank can't be lower than C. Base attack gives perfection. Parrying gives perfection. So Onasarum seems like a good all-rounder. Are any of these fire weapons? That would be a no. Okay, so you need a weapon that's not that, probably. No damage increases. Okay, so that's... See, that would be incentivizing focusing on other things. Rank can't be lower than C. And lose a perfection instead of rank. Swap to that for now. Technically... Yeah, no, we're not doing that. We do not know enough of what we are doing for that. Apply rush on rank S. Yeah, we might switch to that when we know what we're doing. We really need to get a fire weapon. Ideally, everyone in this team should have the ability to set everyone arbitrarily on fire. Lampposts. Always the lampposts. Good music. Wonder if there's another jump puzzle around here. You never know. There could also just be people waiting to mug you. You also never know. No, the walls are not fond of attempts to circumvent them, though. More fellas. So again, if I'm not mistaken, was there not a similar one of these fountains, Numiere? Oi. Can you let us up there? And then figure out an edge to get up there, but it really makes one wonder about this place. Okay, and your AoE attack just doesn't. Okay. Fire weapon did not apply burn. That was what was going on. Physical damage, 5 hits, heals self, the target burns. Perfection rank. Higher ranks. Okay. Upgrade your perfection rank. By attacking and not getting hit, higher ranks increase your power and unlock new skill effects. I'm not sure I'm entirely understanding how this man works, to be perfectly honest. Again, generate 1 additional okay, so there is perfection as some sort of building up value, and then there's the perfection rank on the side.
Here we go.
Can I see that somewhere, perhaps? Okay, it looks potentially like a gauge filling the letter, if I'm not mistaken. At least from this view. I'll try.
Danger!
I tried to dodge that. I was not successful, but I tried.
Feel the burn.
I should not need to stop double hitting that. It's a me problem. Very exciting. Oh, it's also exciting. Okay, we need to go around this way. What's also exciting is remembering this is not a situation which we auto-heal, so I need to manage health better. Okay, so this is a jump of the environment. Of course it is. Hello? Hello? Unless it's a drop down. These are not acting very climb-onable. can climb on them. Which means this is probably obnoxious jump puzzle stuff. Or it's acting like it. Okay, why is that not landing? Do we need to get to specifically that one? Boy, come on now. That's... Oh, come on. Is there another way to do this? Come on. Is this meant to be dropped down upon? Okay, this is looking like it might be meant to be dropped down upon, actually. That is annoying, but okay. Fine. I don't know what is going on up there, but it's concerning. We're gonna go around this side here. I mean, with a strategy equivalent to take a fight with everything in eye shot, it's not really... Okay. Not really rocket science to be trying. Running into every invisible wall in the geometry of this place, but yeah, looks somewhere between coral petals and fungus. How peculiar. Okay, so it doesn't do anything. I thought I'd try it.
Here we go.
Oh, wait.
Try me.
I'm hitting the button. Why is it... Am I... Hello? Wasn't even fake dodging, which I would have somewhat expected. Interesting. Right, you have a fire weapon right now.
Here we go.
Stain them.
Interesting. Good reminder that CL
Luck
is
smells today.
taking double damage. I'm not getting hit. That thing that did not happen.
Here we go.
Careful now.
And that's heal all allies. Do we get the healing from that, or... I'm thinking that's a no. How exciting. I'll have to do that in the next round, I guess. Or we could find a flag. Could be convenient. Does it let us... Oh, invisible walls. Parkour. Not parkour. That looks suspiciously like progression, but maybe not. Let us parkour for a moment. And hope it loops us back, which I imagine it should. That's where we started, I think. Perhaps? I mean, we'll double check after moving forward, because it's... Obviously, it would be ideal to not lose whatever progress that all implies. Obviously, we also don't want to fall down an eternal hole in the ground. I don't know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Bit of both. Not entirely the correct way to use that, I'm quite cognizant. Hello? We're not wasting the first turn on testing the effect of Earth Magic. Oh, you need to be not on fire. Heal allies.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Okay, let's heal all allies. But do we have any damage everyone? Only if they're slightly on fire, it looks like.
Luna, careful.
Ready to evade. It's locked on you.
Better.
Let us stain them.
Yes. I do think we could use more team healing, though.
Everybody.
Thank you. Wait, do you have the power to set things on fire by shooting them? I think. I don't remember if we gave you that. Hello? Okay, kind of. Interesting.
Ready?
Apply damage and foretell to both the target and burning enemies. Thank you.
CL, incoming. Bring it on. Watch out.
Okay. Could be better, could be worse. Heal targeted ally. Cost 0. I think this will last long enough that healing everyone's probably better. Thank you. You're stuck at sea for now. done that better.
Take cover! Now was
I
our
definitely
chance.
should have just downed one of those. That wasn't what I wanted to do, but thank you.
Everybody, let's go!
Thank you. Literally just fell him in the face. And okay. Every part of that could have been done more wisely. Okay, okay.
Lovely.
Cool. I bet you could probably do all of this without using the Color of Lumina point things. I mean, okay. This strikes me as the kind of game that you could go through in a minimalist level 1 way if you were exceptionally good at dodging, so that, you know, there's no strong statement to be made about literally any other minimizing element, if that's the case. But I don't know, and maybe we'll run into a mechanic later where that's not so. I think no, the lamp guy fight wasn't that way. As long as you actually did dodge, you could probably continue. Okay, do you want the extra speed up? I'm really tempted to make that a yes, but realistically probably a no. Crit rate. Health. So it's a very direct sort of increase. Likewise. It's like... It's 15. Okay, well... We went full in on power. It's not a huge difference. I don't know. 9 points to vitality. You could use the extra defense. If we put all of those points into defense, kinda iffy. Your base speed. Honestly, I think I do just want to hold those until they're no longer feasible. Okay, this applies mark. Oh, what? Deals low single target one hit damage using the weapon's element. Okay, these are all using the weapon's element, so we need a fire. Covers, gives perfection. Increase heal. Okay, you need the ability to mark things and heal your organs. Single target damage, light damage she hits. Dispel status. Okay, so you have survivability stuff. And gives AP back. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to think about that more. And for you, we're heading for the fire skill first. Okay. Huh. This is definitely curious. Wielders of lamps. Interesting. Just to be sure. Okay, we can climb back up there. Just checking. Looks like we can sort of go in either direction. Just want to take a quick look up here. Okay, so there's some parkour over there. Interesting. I don't know if there's anything that seems to really recommend one path over the other. We are reaching up the extent of the allotted time. Huh. Okay, that did not hit in particular. Got it.
Feel the burn.
Ready to strike.
Okay, and then you've got a bunch of recovery. Low physical rise mark. Okay, so if we have marking shot as a physical, I guess, is there a higher damage thing as well? Because, yeah, if that's... I guess suppose we could use more of the marking luminas. But as it is, none of these...
Target marked.
Yeah. Okay, so marking card also. Just checking.
Here's your card.
Okay. Oh, that's not great. What? What? That was egregious.
Take cover.
That was a bit much, as one might. Can I shoot these? I don't know what they do, but I don't like it. Oh, can I shoot that? Like that the answer is yes. Yeah, I'd rather have one of these full down than leave it roaming.
Target marked.
And remark. No, we do want to That would have, if I had not mixed the quick time event, that would have been sufficient. Right. Father. Go on then. Okay. That works. What is that? Ice powered. Probably not what the best thing for here. Increase fire damage. It might be worthwhile to actually just straight up upgrade this weapon. This was 7. Healing skills generate more light stains. Consuming a light stain will apply slow to a random enemy and base attack will generate. Might be of use. But here, definitely... Let's get to... I guess the next appropriate location. And let's take this detour. There's a couple of detours. Big area. Oh, one of the, hello? Why would she paint these things? Eating the world, eating our world. We used to have fun here, together. I wish we could still have fun, sister. There's a lot to unpack there. There's a lot to unpack there. Hello? Boy ignores you as if he does not see you. Why would she paint these things? Eating the world, eating our world. We used to have fun together. I wish we could still have fun. There's a lot to unpack there. These are hands and perhaps limbs. That's wonderful. How very 2 fingers of you. Is it letting us in here? I am absolutely certain someone has spent time trying to figure out where holes in the geometry are, and I'd be very interested in their findings. That is also an arm. Oh dear. And I may just want to put some time into trying to figure that out as well at some point, but perhaps not now. Okay, there is another parkour-ish area up on one of those buildings. I know we saw it. I don't know if we access it through here or what. Okay, so the implications of that are interesting. Okay. Okay. So we could climb up. We could climb back up and go back down. That's on a ledge. We can't reach it. Okay, so this would be a way to bypass all the stuff on the ground, essentially. I actually don't want to do that, though. So we'll take the knowledge that it seems the paintress was something other than how she is now, perhaps. We're bringing back that question that we had before of whether are we, you know, is this all a funny little dream that she's having? Are we a funny little dream that she wrote? A story in her head sort of deal. Hard to tell, really, with all of this. that's going the other direction. So we do actually want to come around this way. See if there's anything in the corner or at ground level. And same illusion of interiority. I feel like that might be a metaphor, but I don't think it is yet. Just that it could be. Like I said, it's gonna depend highly on how this turns out. But, I don't know. Seems sufficiently well received. I doubt that will be so. Just an idle thought, really. Idle. Haha. Yeah, so we're gonna want to go back around the way we didn't come before. Both here and at the very start of this area. Hello? Okay, and that's where we went up. Where we were a moment ago. Stark white trees are a little spooky. As is this. Okay. So we'll be spat back out here in some fashion. At some point. Hi. Interesting. Okay, hitting the lamp specifically does help, but hitting the glowing middle bit doesn't so much. Very interesting.
You're outmatched.
Okay, these are floating. We've got to shoot them. I hate that. You're on fire, at least.
Ready.
We'll take it. Take that. Not a fan. Close enough.
A storm is coming.
Okay. Nice.
Let's carve a path.
Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Nice. Again, those climbing bits. Yeah, there are a couple of different onwards. What's the way through? It's not quite where I thought it might be. Although this is eerie. I see. Guess we won't need to go around after all. We'll take us back here. Unless the path out's that way. Hello? We are starting off by healing.
Everybody, let's go!
Thank you. Marking. It's from fire. Nice.
Zoom in. Here's your card.
Mortal.
Careful now.
Pattern on these guys.
Not today.
Getting the second one, or getting both of the spinning parts,
A storm
is a bit of a trouble. We're all good on healing for now. Nice.
Here we go.
Okay. What is this?
Eyes up, Verso.
That was the wrong button.
It's locked on you.
Okay, I used the right button but did
looking
not
good.
dodge successfully. That one's on me. Okay, and we're healing again. 1 to 3 allies by 30, 50, 40, 60. Yeah, we want to go for the higher amount.
Everybody, let's go!
Okay, good. Probably would have made out better. Yeah. We just want to get out of dodge. Okay. Okay. Do we have the gain AP from dodging and being hit applied? Because I'm not sure if I'm seeing it. No. Okay, no, she's got full values, I guess.
Here we go.
Sure. That works. Could be better, could be worse. Chroma Catalyst. Nice. And how's everyone's health? It's pretty okay. Could use more. Okay, what do you have? Low? Because I'm getting the impression... Do you have base attack, augmented aim for free aim damage, AP on perfect dodge, do AP on kill, AP on start? Getting the impression that you do not have the AP on hit. Break damage, burn on free aim. Might be good to have. No longer gain AP on parry. Okay. Okay, you are the only one who has that. Probably only because of its other benefits. Fair enough. I could swear there was another one. Breaking counter, breaking target, first strike, rewarding mark. We don't want roulette. Healing. Then we'll start, jump. Burn on hitting an enemy. Okay, so none of those are really specific. Alright. Guess I had a misapprehension. Hello?
Nicholas, Expedition 44. The idea was you'd only have to fool the first one.
Oh.
Then Jules can wear its carcass to trap the next, and so on. Until we all have proper cover. But disguising ourselves as Nevrons has proven to be extremely ineffective, to say the least. Maybe they recognize each other by their chroma. Anyway, it was an utter failure. To any expeditions that follow our trail, do not disguise yourselves as Nevrons. It doesn't work.
Ah. I see. It's an expeditioner in a Nevron corpse, pierced by Nevron sword. It's another one likewise. That's another one likewise. That's manifestly another one likewise. I see it quite thoroughly didn't work, in fact. Great visual storytelling to accompany the literal storytelling. Okay. That might be the direction we go. But we want to try to go up the middle thing first. So let's run around here to see if we've missed anything. I think we did want to fight one of those fellows that was around the beginning. Want might be a strong word. Rather, it seemed necessary. Yeah, okay, there's hopping if we go up the bridge. Hello? How do you do? We are running a bit longer than we thought. I want to do the parkour stuff, though. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Not my best plan.
Incoming.
Close but no scars, they say.
Get ready.
The storm is
Also
coming.
close but no cigar.
Keep going.
Thank
Let's
you.
cover the path. I want to know what those do. I don't trust them, but I want to know.
You're finished.
Careful now.
Oh. Well. I tried to press R2 for the prompt. It did not work. That was exciting. Karma Catalyst. I definitely could have used a heal before that. That's my bad. Okay. So there is also an up, which is interesting. There is an up and there is an in here. And then there is the bridge in the middle.
Perfect.
On death, deal damage to all enemies. How wonderful? And that gives you just speed. Doesn't matter which one of you I hand. No. So first strike. Doesn't matter hugely. I could just give everyone first strike. But I feel like that would probably be a waste of the Lumina points. Yeah, because if I wanted to distribute things better. There are definitely other things. Hello? I'm assuming this isn't progression simply because there's too much below. But
Expedition 38, Genevieve. We buried Patrick near the lake, so he could be close to water. I know he really missed the aqua farm and his floating gardens. Pierre thinks it's a waste of time to update these journals, but I find it strangely comforting. I suppose at its core, it's a record that we existed, that we still exist. The Gommage is coming, but I feel at peace. Just the two of us, but we managed to carve out a tiny sliver of a life of our own. I should feel guilty, maybe, for abandoning the mission, but I don't. I'm just glad that when tomorrow comes, it'll be Pierre at my side. Until the end.
Tomorrow comes. You know, that is actually... Okay, so it's an interesting sign. Oh, this was 38. This was recent. Recent enough? 5 years? It occurs to me that these recent entries, they're probably people that the current expeditioners knew. You figure 5 years was long enough. People were starting to work out that they were probably going to leave on the expedition themselves, or have already started working on innovations for the expeditions. Genevieve and Pierre-Oscar and Patrick. It's possible they're people that Gustave, Ciel, Lune knew. I'm not sure about Mayo, because she's much younger, and it's possible she would have been kept further away from things 5 years ago, but recent entries, it's like Expedition 44, 10 years passed. Bit long, maybe, but even them, the current expeditioners might have known. 38, they almost certainly did. And they... I can't tell if this... what this... because... the way that they're posed, it looks like they died here kneeling. And intact. The Nevron... several Nevrons... implies perhaps they didn't, perhaps they died before that tomorrow came. But... and yet they're not turned to flowers. Notably, Gustav. I'd need to replay that cutscene. But I mean, he didn't petrify. Certainly. Not like this. I mean, I guess different things happen to different people, and it's unclear really what, but it's interesting. And then also, what I was thinking was the line "tomorrow comes" used in this context, not tomorrow as in the world keeps on turning and we might survive even after bad things have happened, but in this case, it sounded like specifically tomorrow comes as in the Gommage, and that they would die the next day, and that's not... whenever people are referencing and quoting and memeing and whatever, it's not quite the context that's ever used, so it's interesting to hear that way. I'm really convinced that these fountains are the same fountain, but I don't know if they're the same fountain. If they're not, people really like fountains with horses on them. I mean, I guess historically people like fountains with horses on them. It's weird. Can't go up this way for now. Hello? Hi? Okay, we'll talk to you in a second. Is there any... I guess. Alright. Hi. What's this place? I was traveling with my bruv and he just left me here. Well, that's awkward. Kill self on battle start. Huh. That would work with the other Pictos we picked up. I wonder if there's any others, because you'd combine those two to deal damage to everything on battle start, have a healer who starts out with the power to res as their first step, is probably what you'd do. You could even, have two people equipped that way, if the person with the resurrection power has multi-res. Interesting. It looks like we have enough to pay for everything here. I'm gonna fight the merchant first, though. Ciel, maybe? Mael might have been better because she has all the,
Take your shot.
fire. I was gonna say.
Try me.
Nice. Good old brawl, something I'm familiar with, unlike this whole place. Teamwork. Increase damage while all allies are alive. Which is what I try to do. So that would be really good to have just on everyone in the main team, in fact. It's actually pretty expensive now we're looking at it. I want to get those. Okay. So that's 5,000. So we are actually going to need to come back up here if we want to grab everything. Don't you worry though, I'm gonna find my brother eventually. I think. Interesting. Okay, who is holding? You're holding Death Bomb. Auto Death. Okay, let's swap these. Hold on. We'll put Auto Death and Death Bomb on one person, teamwork on you. What did you have equipped before this? It was like probably Healing Tint Energy. That sounds about right. Wait, do we have two of those? No, you have Healing Tint Energy. What did you have equipped that wasn't that? Oh, it was probably, I think it was one of the... Yeah, it was First Strike. Frankly, we can perma swap out First Strike. Since the extra health is good, and we have the speed by just shoving points into it. So, we can keep that. I want to swap out the... You know what? Yeah, let's temporarily swap for you. Swap Energizing Start. Auto Death. Increase break damage on counterattack. And again. Breaking counter. Love how I do that and then immediately forget what the other one was. If Enabling mark might be worthwhile. No, it was something with a bunch of HP, right? Breaking counter and then some whatever has like 300 HP floating around somewhere. It was... Hello? Okay, it was Energizing Start, it just didn't unhighlight. Weird glitch, but okay. Is there anything we want to fashion souls while we're here? I kinda don't necessarily. It's just nice to have people look like what they look like. And in a, I guess, purely practical sense, I'm sure their animations are optimized. That was very alarming. Okay, so we're gonna have to backtrack to that to pick up all of the goods at some point. Okay, so it's right by here. I know we said that about several other merchants. It'll be a nuisance. I think it's probably worthwhile to just rest and fight everything again. Since we're gonna do silly stuff with healing anyway. Can't believe you start out with, I don't know, reasonable. I don't know. No, that's actually fine. I don't know. It just looks weird. I don't have a good sense of what these look like when they're not set up, though. We could use that. Kind of want to just shove everything into speed, but I know that's not really useful. Fence might actually help. But yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't really. Could bring speed up really high, but I'm not quite clear on the difference that would make. Attack power, HP. And again, I think we're at the just hold on to points for now. Nice. Likewise, we're still figuring out what is up. We want... None of these do inherent fire damage. I think it's all based on what weapon you have, and we do not have... It's either physical or light. We just don't have a fire weapon. Okay, so just going up the ramp. Oh, that's a big amount of damage. And then we can res one ally.
A brilliant light.
Wakey wakey.
Let's finish this.
Okay, but you are set back in the turn order. I'll need to check if your speed is the issue or if it's just being rezzed. That is inherently an issue here. Please don't spawn those.
Careful now.
I just mistimed all of those. Wonderful. And also that.
Is coming.
I think we end stream after we reset this fight. Because that was not doing it. What? Out of the way.
Target marked.
Okay, so the multi-hit thing again charges up. Very similar.
Your fate.
I think they did want to give a mechanic similar-ish to Gustav, but differently flavored. And not quite the same. That was exciting. Can we climb back up? Can we climb up there without picking a fight with everyone else, or are we gonna have to do that first? Like, we need to pick a bunch of fights anyway. But the repeated dying thing's a bit interesting. How much does this cost? Full 5.
A brilliant light.
Thank you, AP. Yeah, I need to check if that's a priority order situation or what. Foretell is focused to...
Here's your card.
We do need,
Not today.
since we're not confident that number of shots killing that fella. I keep forgetting that would work. Interesting. Yeah, we could definitely focus on having Verso do something else in this team comp, because if we're getting so much of the damage from CL, I mean, having more than one damage is important, especially if the one that we have is a little glass cannon-y, though. Is there a way to get that initial deal damage when dead to deal more damage? Because those two things are natural synergies. Makes sense they're found in the same place, but okay, let's pick one more fight so we can master these and swap them off. Because until I get the feeling that additional equipment or context is needed to make them good.
Here we go again.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll do it.
There we go. Hard to do consistently, though.
Let us stain them.
Nice. Just recovers. Nice. Okay, yeah, so the shots there are like...
I saw your future.
Okay, that works. Yeah, having the lower powered one does deal sufficient damage, I think, is the thing. If the Foretell is ticked up like this. Okay, up we go. What is... I mean, I guess we'll check again. What's in our pockets? Are those mastered, or is it one more? 43, 61. Okay. So your speed is such that you should be landing higher. It's a function of getting rezzed then. Okay, and we're gonna swap these out for not automatically dying. It's the other energizing start for more HP. And the death bomb. Or... were we going for the extra speed? I guess? Yeah, unless... okay, so those have actually the same speed and crit. It's just their effect. It's enfeebling mark. Because we're using the mark power more. Oh, it looks like this isn't fully mastered anyway. Are there any more that we have neglected to set up properly? Teamwork is still in progress, but it's also equipped. That's fine. Oh, is auto death not? Oh, I guess they are just really close. Breaker. Anything else then? Whoopsie daisies. One or two more fights each then. Hardcore first though. And we can just turn around. Good to know, but... what is... okay, 4,000. Yeah, I could definitely use more goods. Oh. What is all this, then? Yeah, this is all backtrackable. What's that to mean, I wonder? Hello? Yeah, there must be a lot of... physical training to be able to use... well, to do that. Good gracious, you know? So I love how the spirit of expedition includes following mysterious caverns? Hello? 68s were up here. Interesting. And again, a lot of upgrade attributes, but... I'm not sure about using them yet. Skills... well, we have plenty, but... we're waiting. Okay. Deeply alarming, but okay. Deeply alarming.
Julian, 59er.
Disgusting. Laura's an idiot. I can't believe she convinced everyone to eat the Nevron. They've been puking for the past few hours. Great.
Well, we can't move on with so many people sick. I told her it was a bad idea.
Hopefully they'll feel better with some mushroom broth to settle their stomachs.
I assume that they did not feel better. Especially if these were the mushrooms. Especially if some of them are embedded in the mushrooms. I appreciate the ingenuity of sticking a pitchfork in a Nevron and the Nevron into an oversized cooking pot of dubious origin, though. Love that environmental storytelling. I don't like that. So on the list of things I'm not super fond of, whatever that is up there. Okay, let us proceed. I mean, I guess... I want to get to the end of this cave system. That's the problem, I want to keep going. But I said this would be short. It's already an hour over, but I'm really tired. And my dodging ability is commensurate with my level of awakeness. No. Eh? Ah. I don't like that at all. Somehow it's worse when you're right underneath them. Okay, so there was one other section of underground besides up here. I'm gonna turn right around because that looks like it's gonna start a cutscene immediately. We are going to pick up the remaining pocketable goods and we are going to explore that one thing that looks vaguely like a cave, and then we will come back up here. And yeah. I assume it will... Oh. Is there anything... Oh. Okay, well. Glad there's not fall damage there. It's a bit much. But definitely sets off my fall damage instincts from literally every other game that has ever been, so that's nice. Okay, so this is clearly the way of progression. Can we... Okay, we can't jump down onto there, more's the pity. Yeah, so I assume that at least one of the sections up there is what loops around into those two semi-cave mouths. Okay. Need to figure out where... There were definitely two things that looked like entrances. I think they were further behind us. So we did loop all the way around here, right? Going to take a bit of a look, just in case. But yeah. Yeah, so that sort of entrance. It's coming from the direction of the enormous Nevern, so... and then the one over there. I'm guessing those are something we arrived to after going forward a little bit. Okay, so there was something along this wall at ground level, though, that I would like to look at, and if we do not find it, I would still like to do the slight backtrack to pick up some of the goods. So obviously the things like the polished, what do you call it? I'm gonna go mad if I don't look it up. The chroma catalysts. You know, those you can just fist fight things for. From different zones. It is slightly more convenient to not do that if you have the funds. And it might be worthwhile checking if you get funds from anything else. Is there anything back here, or is it just a little... Oh, I hate this. Oh, hi. Hello? Oh, not another one. Hold on. Will we no doubt get great rewards from this? Yes. Who's got the weird... Okay, you've got the weird Pictos. Let's get these fully learned. Okay, and they're right here. Yeah, let's get these fully learned. And then we'll pick a fist fight with another one of those alarming fellers. Okay, and that's the bridge up to the backtrack. Please tell us one more fight is enough to master these. They're at least modestly inconvenient. Like, could be worse. The big damage dealing is pretty functional.
Brilliant light.
Definitely be better.
Here's your card.
That is not what I wanted you to do. But sure.
You're outmatched.
Very exciting. We want to reorganize some of these.
Here's your card.
Get ready.
Could be better, could be worse.
Let us stain them.
Ready to strike.
And we need a fire sword of some kind.
Nothing to see.
Teamwork is learnt. Auto death is learnt. Death bomb is learnt. So we just need the other one. Okay, let's swap out the obnoxious ones though, please. Okay, we were giving you energizing start. Probably braking counter. A strike would interfere with the speed order, so... Yeah, I think we're just using braking counter because it's both speed and crit. Enfeebling mark might be worth staying, though. It's defense up, it's speed up. We want to swap these. Deals damage. Weapons element. Okay. That's fine-ish. Alright, and for Lune we were thinking keep teamwork because it's health up and defense up and we don't need the extra speed. And it would help with her damage. Okay, where? We're getting turned around. Where are we? Okay. Is there a flag immediately behind us? I don't remember. Yes. Rest. Attributes. I do want more speed. Also thinking... survivability. We want a little more speed. 521. That's pretty good. Okay. That for now. And then I think we don't need to worry about that. Yeah, might and health. And then really picking up the speed, because that matters a lot. Like not letting enemies get double attack in is good. You could use a little more speed yourself. again, defense if you don't get hit. And you're getting a lot from other things. I'll keep that in now. And again. Okay, get the next high target fire. Okay. This is Harvester's Hollow. Okay, so it's offensive switch. We usually end up starting with Spark though. Or offensive switch Spark. It's medium. Deals medium fire and 2 hits if you're in defensive. It's more fire. Okay, that's the switches. I think we're okay. Was Revenge. High target fire for 5. No burn is the thing. Yeah, we'll hold off on that. Okay. Let us pick. Hopefully only one more fight. Finish mastering that one thing. Then we go back to the flag, restore everything, and then walk back over to the guy.
Feel the burn.
Nice.
My turn.
You don't have.
Ready.
Nice.
Eyes up, Verso.
I am hitting the button and it's
Stranger.
Nope. Close enough.
Brace yourselves.
Definitely a me problem. Nice.
Let's go apart.
Nice.
Here we go.
Seer Ring Bond. Seal Crate. Oh, Seal Crate costs a little less. So we can just that.
Careful, Verso.
Yeah, no. I was trying. I had the right button, but I did not, Okay, Inflated Wing Mark is good. Where are we going to keep that? What does it do? Mark targets deal less damage. I need to remember that that's there, but it might be worth keeping in place. Decent speed, decent defense up. Yeah. That's probably worthwhile. Okay. Yeah, let's just do this. And we're actually not going to try the fight with... I think that's another one of those mines? Or something? We're gonna not do that. Okay. And what we need to go is past both of these fellows. So it's really a question of, can we... Can we get past all of you? The answer to which appears to be a solid maybe. That's a no. Okay. Fair enough. Understandable. Right. So...
Ready to strike.
We want you to do less damage.
Ready to relate.
Just try it.
Close, but not quite.
Feel the burn.
Okay.
Ready to strike.
Nice.
You're fit to see.
Really get this guy out of here. Okay.
I'll do it.
Set that fire.
Feel the burn.
Let's carve a path.
Yeah, hold on. Everyone's health is okay. Oh, a recode. Nice. Okay, so I guess those can just drop sometimes. Okay. Let's just avoid that second fight. Like, obviously, okay, we can and should enter this fully healed, even by a tiny bit. And now, I think we could take this to be a full-length stream, but we started a touch late. It is getting there. So I think we are gonna say that shall be all for tonight, dear listeners. Thank you for tuning in. I don't think we will be raiding anyone tonight. Yeah, we've got the VODs on the YouTube VOD channel. And again, I'm still thinking of trying to do that, rebroadcast them on the main channel, just so we can get them all in one place when I start dual streaming. I need to set that up first, though. It's gonna be a task, so we'll see. And then the singing practice channel continues to have things mostly every day, not necessarily quite. Links are found below. Practice channel is really only linked from the main one. I should change that. I might try to do that now. I say as though I haven't said that before. We'll see. As for that, we're gonna swap that over here. And we are just gonna say, until next time, do take care, everyone. Travel safe, don't fall over, and remember that you're precious, each and every one of you, unique in all the world, and therefore you are irreplaceable. So, rest well, dear listeners. Take care of yourselves, really, and good night. That's not the right button. Excellent.